We once went to an hour and 5-minute draw that turned out to be a DQ with the Rock and Roll Express in Charleston, South Carolina.
What happened to the Timekeeper?
Because and boy, if we had Mike Mooneyham, our old friend, on the program, he could tell me probably exactly what the guy's name was. But it was like with the VFW or the American Legion or some of those older folks, right? That was the local sponsoring group, as I seem to recall. And they sometimes in the old days, they would have just some guy sit there and ring the bell. When the referee points at you, ring the bell. And when the referee points at you again, ring the bell, and so they got some guy from the American Legion or some stagehand or whatever. Well, in this case, this guy was watching the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express, and we were supposed to go an hour Broadway. And the ring announcer even called 3 minutes remaining, 2 minutes remaining, 1 minute remaining. And the guys keep going and the guys keep going. We don't get that bell. And Ricky and Bobby are in it, boom, boom, boom. And then Dennis and Robert, and they're in a four-way, and they're back, and they do something else. And I'm looking over, and the Timekeeper, this old man is sitting there, and he's got that hammer in his hand to hit the bell with. And he's looking at that match, and his goddamn eyes, and his eyebrows are popping up and down, and his shoulders are jerking with every move they make. And and so they've been going into the false finishes and shit, right? So Ricky and Robert are really pouring it on, trying to beat the Midnight, and they've done every single thing they know how to do, try to beat somebody and kick out of, right? As far as, and not big moves, but small package and sunset flip and inside. The false finishes you actually used to do when it was exciting at the end of a match. And this guy ain't going to ring that fucking bell. And I'm looking at the announcer, and I don't even think the announcer may not have been but half smart. And what am I going to do? Go over there and tell the guy in front of everybody, ring the goddamn bell. So finally, we threw one of them over the top rope, I think it was, or whatever, got disqualified in an hour and 5 minutes. And we go back to the locker room, and I think it was Johnny Weaver. It was a Henry Marcus town, but Johnny Weaver is probably one of the agents there. But somebody came back and said, I went and talked to the Timekeeper. He said he was sure that if Ricky and Robert had just 30 more seconds, they were going to win those World Tag Team titles. Yes, goddamn. The guys are all laid out on the floor with their tongues lolling out like long red neckties. Oh, fuck. They did the fucking final minute of our Broadway for 6 straight minutes. Anyway,
was he ever back? Did he ever time keep?
I'm
again?
sure he did. They probably just told him, don't just, hey, you're supposed to ring the bell now. It doesn't matter who's going to win. You're supposed to be impartial.